up a lot easier now. So it pulls together like that. So some of the issues that we do have are, you see these big gaps. These gaps are here because as you pull this thing forward, you can see how the cardboard collides with the rest of the cardboard. Like that. That's because these surfaces are flat. We need to make these curved. There's no way around that. Make this curved or else we are losing like maybe a third, a fourth of our volume. So that's one issue we do have to address. So the next issue we need to address was a non-obvious issue. I realized it's not completely obvious how you get in this thing. So if we've got it out like this, and it's got a floor, which it has to have a floor. I mean, they'll be in an inch of water if it doesn't have a floor. So the original idea was, alright, you have this part be hard insulated board on the wider area, and then on the smaller area you have it be fabric with a zipper, so that you pull this up to here, and then you can unzip it and get in or get out. And realize that that would be a problem, because if you have a fabric floor, you've got someone laying on a fabric floor, probably on concrete or asphalt, it's going to get just torn to absolute shreds just from people rubbing on it between the asphalt and them, and I don't think we should focus on that. So I did find a method that would be, well, dummy proof. Would be to cut a section out of the biggest part here and still have it covered with fabric and put a zipper right there. So that means that the homeless people no longer have to collapse the shelter to get out. They don't have to collapse or unclaps the shelter at all, which gives us the benefit that we could potentially lock it, and if we can lock it, then no one will steal it. So that solves that issue. I think that's probably our best way to do it. It'll give us about a little under 2 feet of clearance. That should be sufficient. So when I say locking, I mean that basically when you get it to this thing, it can't be put back into its collapsed state. So maybe some pegs or something, maybe even something to give it some more structural integrity, which I think we might need if we're using fabric to kind of hold it together. We don't want to rely solely on the tension of fabric to support snow. So other reasons we need a floor are that this thing's wind is going to hit the side of this thing and it's going to try to take it away. So we have to have it weighted down with someone in it. I don't know what happens when they get out of the shelter. If we rely on pegging it down, then we can no longer put it on concrete or cement, because you can't peg stuff from concrete or cement. So we might have problems with the wind. I don't know what to do about that currently. So to open this thing, you can imagine it's about 6.5 feet long. I reckon we could put like a foot loop right on the big part here that people could stick their foot in, and then put a side handle on the side so that they could stick their foot in the loop, pivot it, and it'll be open. I guess that from here to say here might be, I don't know, 3 foot. I reckon that's feasible. I think we should, I might consider putting that on the cardboard depending on what you guys think. It would just be another ribbon like this stapled on here and here. So we also talked about doing the kind of lip thing where it opens with a lip instead of with the fabric like I've got here. So the one issue we will have with that is A, it's probably not fully waterproof, and B, we're also going to kind of have these gaps again that I'm kind of trying to get rid of in order to make room for the lips. I personally don't think it would be waterproof enough to actually work, but yeah, I don't know, I say stick with fabric.